It's a freaking ridiculous assumption to think, to hope, that assume that any of this would work with me. It came along out here to fight me every inch, every morsel of the way. I'm gonna win. We're going to see what the South Pool looks like. I'm thinking about the water level in Otter Pond and how there's a little bit of water from yesterday's rain. I didn't think there'd be much more, but Chuck has this theory, and I agree with it, that when we've observed the rains coming over the last 3 years in Otter Pond, it would always rise over a period of 24 hours or more after the rain. And that's because water is draining down. Why isn't that happening this time? It's because all of the nooks and crannies and the ponds up there, well, the one is empty. The one a little further upstream, just above his bridge, is, well, last I saw it was not empty, but it'll take a while for those to fill up before they overflow downstream into Otter Pond. I don't know if you can hear that hawk. Neat call. God, I remember when I lived in Wisconsin so many years. I would walk out of the grocery store on a summer night, walk into my car. I would hear the nighthawk, or a nighthawk, high above. You could never see it, dark, but you'd hear it screeching. Very distinct call. And I've never thought, I didn't think much of it at the time. Yeah, well, there's a nighthawk. I haven't heard one of those for years now. I'm going to try to keep her out of the water, if there is any, because it won't be water, it'll be mud. And she's still got flecks of mud up around her neck that I've never taken her into the shower to get it out of there. Shameful. I'm coming. Well, I don't know what that looked like before the rain yesterday. I haven't seen it for a few days. But I have to believe it's It's got more water in it now than it did yesterday. But it certainly isn't making its way down toward Otter Pond yet. Come on. Don't look around for somebody coming. I want you out of there. You're not going in that water. There's a lot of mud to get there. Come on. I'm talking to you. Are you talking to me? You'd like to. Oh, okay. I don't want to go home yet. Well, let's walk down here and see what there isn't to see. That has greened up so quickly. That was just dead, brown, dead grasses and mud before the rain. All right, Suki. I'm out here on the south field in the woods beside the highway, having a ball. Just love when I get into this sort of groove with the camera. I'm using the G9. Still discovering how to use it, and the frustrations I've had with why is it doing this or why is not it doing what I want it to. I know. I may be figuring some of it out little by little, but meanwhile I'm having a ball photographing. I'm able now to get and use the camera's abilities to move the focus point around and up and down and get it right where I want it and not have to pre-focus and then move the camera. And what I got the GoPro turned on for was what a joy it is to be able to be out here in just my normal street clothes. No ticks. I know I've told you this before, but I'm still astonished by it. And when I went out earlier to go down to Otter Pond, 68 degrees, 70 degrees, I saw only one yellow jacket the whole time I was out there. Oh my gosh. Yes, this theory that I thought yesterday, I wonder now if we get water and the whole woods, the whole environment is moisturized, if then the yellow jackets will hightail it out of my yard, everybody's yard, and go back out into the woods where they're able to find water and maybe food. I don't know what the rain would have done for their food, but nonetheless, one yellow jacket. And up until yesterday, at any given time of the day, 6 o'clock in the morning, 8:30 at night, I could look at the ground and yep, there's 3 or 4, 5, 6 swirling about. They're gone. I haven't seen one at all out here this afternoon. My world is finally beginning to return to normal. Now there's a wasp. I don't care about those. It's a black one. It's probably lethal, but there's only one. Oh, in my reading, a few days ago about yellow jackets. They do not lose their stinger when they sting something or somebody. They keep it to go on stinging at will. It's the honeybees that lose their stinger. But nonetheless, the yellow jackets that I'm looking back for the wasp. Look, I'm going to see it back there. Now, do you see it? Huh? Do you see it? It's on that leaf. The yellow jackets never stung me. In all of their population explosion around the house and the bog in general, I finally did, toward the end, this is Saturday, the beginning of this week, I realized I was just getting about my business the way I needed to, out chopping wood and any yard work, that I might happen to be out there because it's not too hot, which is always with early morning. They weren't bothering me other than their presence. And once I accepted that they are here just doing their own thing, I'm not in their way, they're not in my way. They, when I go to walk or put my foot down, they sashay out of the way. Well, I guess my whole overjoying point is the world, my world, a lot of people's world, is beginning to return to somewhat of a normal. We've got comfortable temperatures to be outside. We've gotten rain. I talked with Chuck. He texted me this morning asking how much rain I got. He had 1 inch in his rain gauge, and he lives no more than a half a mile as the crow flies. I had 1 1/3 inches, and that shows you how finite the amounts of rain are. There was one point yesterday when we had getting our first rain, mid-afternoon. It was raining like hell. I was out in the garage enjoying the hell out of it. And within 15 seconds, whoa, zoom, nothing. It stopped that quickly. So that demonstrates for me how absolute the line can be between rain and no rain. That would explain summer rains and how he got 1/3 of an inch less than I did just half a mile away. My daughter Kinsey lives in St. Cloud, Minnesota, and she was texting me last night. In fact, I got her first text. We had just gotten the downpour here, and I was still just reeling from this event. My God, we got rain, meaningful rain. And anyway, here comes a text from somebody, and it's her asking if I'd gotten rain. Oh yeah. I said, it just quit a minute ago. They are somewhat in the same boat that we are. Drought, drought, drought. I think she's about 100 miles south. That's where St. Cloud is. She was really bummed out because she loves lightning and thunder like I do. And they've been robbed of it all summer like I have. She was so hopeful that they would get some of that was coming over the whole state of Minnesota. I would love to know what makes these holes. Chipmunks, gophers, I gotta say no to gophers, because if they were gophers, they'd have that damn mound built up over them, and the entrance would be sealed off. Maybe they're weasel holes, or ermine holes, or snake holes. I can't believe this little oak was this bright and fresh looking. 24 hours ago, before the rain. Just looked at the forecast. No percent chance for tomorrow, the next day. I really don't want to re-enter this nightmare. I hate to talk about this even because I want to be optimistic and upbeat, and the wet soil we have now is just going to dry back up to nothing. It's like Otter Pond. I was hoping we were on our way to a little bit semblance of not as dry, not extreme, exceptional drought. First time I've come through here in a month and a half. Man, they're fast. Without little feet on them, how do they do that so quickly? I haven't really been paying attention to the leaf loss, but look how open this is now. Yeah, I couldn't have even seen through here 2 weeks ago. Doing something a little bit different with time lapse. I've got enough bright white light fluffies floating along, racing along. I want to get clouds that are very soft contrast between them. It's an experiment. I don't know what I'm going to get, if I'm going to like it or not. I might say, ooh, something new. She's being very patient with me. And ironically, she hasn't been running all over the field. She's been sticking close to me. I really feel fall. It began yesterday. The aroma in the air, dead leaves, that wonderful, heady aroma. There's just something about the feeling. It's not full-on summer anymore. Is it? Is it? This is sweetheart. Yeah. She's still got a rowdiness. She wants to consort, gambol, shed. Yeah, sweetie. do have rain coming. That's more like about an hour and a half from now, but so what? See, this is Dennis's bridge is up here. The pool is just beyond. So we're downriver from from there. And this makes my point about this whole pond would have to get water into it before it could begin to spill down through toward Otter Pond. Woohoo! I think it's going to be raining sooner than I thought. Then I judged, conjectured, hypothesized, assumed, inferred, guessed, timated. But when we get back into the woods here, I don't have a view of the southwest from the house. That was all thistle. I've been keeping my eyes open for thistle for the last month, 2 months along